Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. I'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. And stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host. That would be me, Marty, aka P. Dog Night, on the P. Dog Night channel. Good morning on Monday, October 21st, 2019. And I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the news over the weekend. Kind of just caught snippets of things here and there. But there was one thing that seemed to dominate, and I mean dominate the news over the weekend. Apparently, that woman who ran for president a few years ago is just won't go away. And and that's okay. She's being the first nominee female for president of the United States. I don't expect her to go away. I expect the fact that people are going to still find her somewhat historic, even though she lost. And yet, she keeps pushing this strange this narrative, okay? She is obsessed with Russia. Now, it's really, really weird. Really, really weird. Because I'm serious. So all of the worst fear-mongering from the McCarthy era it's back with a vengeance. This Russia nonsense. And part of it being fueled by the fact that we had this investigation by the Mueller team, which really turned out to be crap, at least as far as Donald Trump was concerned. But they left that huge door open by saying, the Russians. Well, I wish I would remember the language in the Mueller report the report that Mueller didn't write, but had his name on it. Saying that the Russians systematically and whatever interfered in our election, but they never quantify it. Because if you quantify it, you either have to say that the election was actually illegitimate, or you have to say that it was a big fat nothing burger. So they can't quantify it. They just insinuate. And so when you want something to be illegitimate, you just insinuate without quantifying. Now, granted, they still don't have or have never provided any proof because they don't have to. You noticed that? Okay, I keep saying this is one bell that I'm going to keep ringing, just like this bell. It is one of those things that they'll never have to prove because they are the FBI or the CIA or whatever they are. They don't have to prove anything, and they have no proof. That's the problem. See, they have. Let's take the DNC hack, for example. They don't have to provide proof. They can say, oh, well, we just got this information from CrowdStrike and we decided, all they had to do is say it happened. And because, first of all, half of the country's so eager to believe that Trump is well, the words that I made, I named the stream this today. They're a Russian asset. They're so quick to want to believe that they will take the word of Robert Mueller. Now, let's think about Robert Mueller's greatest hit of all time. Let's see. I was gonna pull this up, but here we go, right here. It's one of the first ones that come up here. Let's look at Robert Mueller's greatest hits. Okay, the same people putting their faith in Robert Mueller. Okay. Hang on a second here. I'm going to put this pause here. Let's just look at this, because this is... Now, this is the longer version. Hang on a second. Let me find a shorter version here. Let me find the one that I want to... there's one I want to show in particular here, so I'm going to keep it here. Hang on. Well, let's do this. Let's look at this first. Ah, crap. It's not even here. Shut up, phone. I'm not going to answer my phone this time of day. I'm busy. I'm here with you. Oh, is this the one? Maybe this is it. Oh, you need here again. Let me put. All right, now I gotta start over because I realized I don't have my desktop. Let's get so you guys can hear it. Let's make it so I can hear it. I don't have my volume up at all. Holy crap! No wonder I couldn't hear that. Okay, now here we go. Listen, let's see. Here we go. This is the Robert Mueller that we all.
Now, many of our counterterrorism cases have included the issuance of national security letters. And today, given the recent Inspector General report, I would like to address our use of those letters.
Oh, is this? Oh, no. This is not the one. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, you know what he said. It was Robert Mueller who just, for sure, there's WMDs. Here, let me try. I'm going to try to do this a better way. God, this is why, when I get home late, I don't always get prepared. This was in my head. This was in my head today because of this whole, that I came to talk about. Here we go. Where's my favorite clip? I used to have it just bookmarked because I knew I'd be using it over and over and over. Well, anyway, it was Robert Mueller saying that we for sure had WMDs in Iraq, okay? Same Robert Mueller is the same Robert Mueller who says we for sure the Russians hacked the DNC, even though they've provided no evidence. And you know what? If they did, great. But still, the Democratic National Committee, is that a government agency, by the way? I'm curious. They're not. They're a private entity. So that brings us to Hillary Clinton in this weekend. So Hillary Clinton is all she Russia. So Hillary Clinton tweets over the weekend about Tulsi Gabbard being a Russian asset. I mean, it's oh my God, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Here we go. I got a couple different articles on this one. Let's go with Hillary first. All right, so Hillary targets Tulsi. So Trump won the election in 2016, and that was Democratic presidential candidate. Democratic. Oh, that's her saying. Excuse me. It's a quote. Trump won the election in 2016. That was Democratic presidential candidate Tulsi Gabbard last Tuesday, one of the few factual statements in the CNN debate that was more of an impeachment inquest than socialist shout-out. The studio audience cheered every leftist platitude and call for impeachment, but Gabbard's statement that Trump won the 2016 election brought only stunned silence. Tulsi Gabbard was saying, in effect, Hillary Clinton lost the election in 2016, a clear violation of the Democratic speech code and progressive eschatology. Progressives believe history is on their side. So if the progressive candidate loses, it must be due to trickery and theft by the opponent. True to form, Dom Clinton has been repeating her claim that she defeated Donald Trump. No, you did not. Oh my God. Remember, the rules of baseball are set before you play the game, and you got to win all 7 games of the World Series to be the crowned champion. Anyway, obviously I can beat him again, she recently told PBS. Well, where'd she say that from? She said that from a radio studio, right? Not from the White House. So apparently you didn't beat him the first time, Mrs. Clinton, Secretary Clinton, Senator Clinton. Anyway, in that frame of mind, Tulsi Gabbard's observation that Trump won the election in 2016 was bound to provoke Clinton, who saw Russia's evil work at hand. I'm not making any predictions, she told POTUS 44 retread David Plouffe, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who is currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. A clear reference to Tulsi Gabbard. Quote, she's the favorite of the Russians, end quote, Clinton said. They have a bunch of sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. Plouffe closed out the interview, citing Clinton's belief that Tulsi Gabbard is going to be a third-party candidate propped up by Trump and the Russians. Ah! It's painful how sad this is. What was that thing? They were worried about that Trump wasn't going to be able to accept the results of the election. Whew, boy! Talk about some pot meat kettle. That's like kettle beats the giant kettle, right? Okay. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen for a while. Genty Maxey. How are you? Good morning. Okay. I haven't said goodbye. Good morning. I'll do that in a minute here, but I just saw a name I hadn't seen in a while. Okay. Nice to see you, Genty. Okay, so this comes after former FBI boss Robert Mueller and a squad of Democrat stormtroopers found zero evidence that Donald Trump colluded with Russia to steal the 2016 election. One wonders why the intrepid Mueller did not discover the Russian backing for Hawaii Rep. Tulsi Gabbard and the 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein, whom Hillary also charges is a Russian asset. As Mark Thiessen quipped on Fox News, perhaps the former First Lady learned this from Fusion GPS. Yes, because they're gathering, their information gathering service is impeccable. Steele dossier. Steele dossier. Anyway, after Mueller's testimony, even Hillary Clinton claims Trump knows he's an illegitimate president. Well, he sure isn't acting like it. Holy moly. You know, as the 2016 loser hints at a rematch, William Barr and John Durham are investigating those who launched a Russian hoax. As this unfolds, Democrats stage a sequel with the whistleblower probe, freighted with eerie similar titles. Under Intelligence Committee boss, which that Adam Schiff. Now, is that an oxymoron? The Democrats are targeted targeting associates of Trump, such as Rudy Giuliani. As with the Mueller probe, this gives the impression of the vast conspiracy, a powerful laxative for the establishment media. Yeah, they get clicks off of that shit. And the backstory of the players is also important. The vaunted, okay, why did it, this totally took a turn. Well, here's my point here. These two ladies had a nice little face off over the weekend, a little chip for chat and tit for tat and kick for heel and whatever you want to call it. And it went crazy. It was nuts. I just don't, but the whole Russian thing, give me a effing break. Let me go to the Reason article because this one's pretty good. Well, before I go on, let's do this because I haven't said good morning to everybody, and I must have my first bell for D.I. Frater, who was first today. Good morning, my friend. Also, good morning, Sarah, Tyler F, X Bubba Hotep, Max Del Rio, Truck and Bear, Cynical Lindsay, Richo, Pinkalo, the Driving Ape Man. Moving down here, Shiagrath, good morning, Duck Dog, my favorite thumbs down person, Jaeger Pony, Chi-Town J, and Jen Team Axie, of course, because I said good morning to you already, and Mr. Dax, Jaeger Pony. Okay, that kind of sums it up. Let's do the quick shill before I move on to the good morning. And again, the Morning Night Live is brought to you by those of you who join us here on the Morning Night Live. And I really appreciate that you're here. Okay, the best things you can do to help me out. Oh, wait a minute. What is Havoc? Vladimirovich Stalinov. Good morning. I have the Russian delegation in the chat. Fantastic. Couldn't be happier. So the Morning Night Live is brought to you by the friends of the Morning Night Live, these who hang out in the stream and also who lurk in the background. Ways you can help me out. One is share, because you guys have helped me. Help me. So I'm having a hard time. I got a burp and I got hiccups and I'm trying not to do it on whatever. Share the share button down here somewhere, right down there or up there, but the share button up there on a phone doesn't work, so you got to still do it down here. Share this out on the social media. If you've already if you follow me on Twitter, which is right here at PDogKnight, I tweet this out almost every day, but one of you do and I'll retweet it if one of you done it. Anyway, so share this out. You've been great helping me get up to just over 400 subscribers. Let's see if we can get us to 500 now. And then also, if you like what we do, either sometime during the show, I'll remind you before we leave though, hit the like button, or Duck Dog, hit the dislike button. And also, if you need to get my attention, no better way of getting my attention than throwing money at me. So you can do super chats through the Streamlabs link down below. And I will read whatever you write for the most part. There's certain tiny variations on that. I may change wording slightly just based on my own personal sensibilities, but I will read what you read. And also, that's a great way to donate to the station and keep us going. Because although our expenses are not extensive, there are some. And actually, there's some new equipment I need to buy, so I need to start thinking about that too. Thank you for those people who are willing to do that. But if it is not 100, it's not necessary. You can if you'd like to. That is totally up to you. This show is always going to be free. So let's move on. Good morning, Jay Reynolds. Also, let's see. What do you know? You agreed? If Trump appoints Tulsi as the Secretary of State, and she does 100% better than Hillary, no sense. Here's that's an interesting thought. And I'm going to read this again out loud because I kind of skimmed through that. Jay Reynolds says, it would be great if Trump appoints Tulsi as Secretary of State and she does 100% better than Hillary. Not sad. Now, here's the problem with that, though. While I know a lot of people on the right, Republicans, whatever, appreciate Tulsi Gabbard because she seems to be the most sane of the Democratic field, and will just speak in truths that probably don't necessarily fit with what the Democratic primary people like. she's still super duper. She's super duper. She's still a progressive. I mean, way out there progressive. I mean, here's why Hillary Clinton, I think, is attacking Tulsi Gabbard. So remember when way back when Tulsi has always been a progressive, right? Like a Bernie Sanders style progressive, right? And she still is. But one thing she did is back during the 2015 2016 presidential campaign, during that time, she got a position in the DNC, way up in the DNC, got, promoted up, as the representative from Hawaii. She was a rising star, became a part of the Democratic National Committee, right? And if you remember, she wasn't thrilled with how the party was handling the Democratic nominating process because she was a Bernie Sanders supporter, right? And the DNC, as we know in great detail through some leaked emails that went to that place that's supposedly run by the Russians, right? The DNC wasn't playing straight, and it was proven later that they were not playing straight, that they were in the tank for Hillary. Hillary was controlling all the money in the DNC, and it was just, Tulsi Gabbard said, hey, I see what's happening here. This ain't cool. I'm out. Okay, she said she's out, and she went full-on support for Bernie Sanders because she is a progressive. Now, she's also an anti-war progressive, which in some circles, for some reason, the anti-war progressives, I don't know why the news media does not treat them as well as they do as just the regular socialist style progressives, okay? She's particularly anti-war. But anyway, but the point is, she left the DNC, went and stumped for Bernie Sanders, was a heavily duty Bernie Sanders supporter, and the DNC was clearly in the tank for Hillary. So Hillary holds a grudge. Hillary holds a grudge, just like she holds a grudge for Jill Stein, who had the audacity to run as part of, what did she run, a Green Party or Independent? I don't know. Jill Stein ran against Hillary Clinton. Hillary holds a grudge. And so what do? Clearly, when Hillary holds a grudge nowadays, if you are not with Hillary Clinton, you are a Russian asset. Ding. Oh, that's bellworthy. So, Hillary Clinton thinks Tulsi Gabbard's a Russian asset, right? By the way, good morning, Taryn Marine. Havoc, Vladimir Stalinov. Okay, I was trying to read that. Huh. Okay. Hillary Clinton holds a grudge. Does not, and so anything that, and here's the other part too. I genuinely wonder if Hillary Clinton's going to run. The more she talks, the more I think she's going to run for president again. She doesn't have to go through all this debate crap. Just, remember when Bill Clinton ran? Bill Clinton ran late too, and he ended up winning. But the problem, Hillary Clinton still is, I would say the DNC still has, it is still highly influenced by the Clintons. They're still pulling some strings behind the scenes. And so, anyway, the point on the Secretary of State thing, she's a Democrat. She's a progressive Democrat. She is, granted she's anti-war. Granted, she is a realist, okay? She's not flinging all the crazy stuff out there that Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are, but maybe that's because she knows that doesn't play well with people. that she wants to, especially independents. Okay. So maybe that's it. But anyway, also, good morning, Jay Reynolds. The best part of being Secretary of State, that she'll be out of the country for her job. Plus, having someone that attractive would really help in negotiations. That's possible. I don't know. I mean, yeah, she's a very attractive woman. There's no doubt about that. And I think that's a lot of the reason why she's sensible. She's attractive. I mean, she's a major in the Army. She's a total package. No, she's a fine individual. Anyway, good morning, Captain Brambles, too. I see, oh man, lots of people popping in. All right, quick. All right, good. All right, let's get on to this. Here's the reason article I was going to go to next. How big is this? Do I need a full sizer on here? Maybe. Let's see if this will fit in there. Yeah, it'll fit. Okay. All right, Tulsi Gabbard conspiracy theories go mainstream as Hillary Clinton accuses the candidate of being groomed by Russia. This is hilarious. This is hilarious to me. If you watch old footage of the McCarthy era, the McCarthy trials in the Congress, and just what was going on in the 50s, it's this almost the same thing. I mean, I'm not old enough to have been around then, but I've watched a lot of footage of that, and it's like it's uncanny that this is happening again, that we're talking about the Russians. Anyway, Gabbard called Clinton the queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and a personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long. Oh, Tulsi's not taking any crap at all. And you know what? The DNC is not happy with her at all either. Clinton suggested Tulsi Gabbard and Jill Stein are Russian assets. Since announcing her 2020 presidential bid, Representative Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii has been plagued by bizarre conspiracy theories, including rumors that she is in league with Russia. You know what? This woman is just think about this. She is a sitting United States Congress representative. She is a major in the Army, still serving part-time in the National Guard in the United States military. And they're accusing her of being a Russian asset. It's bizarre. Completely bizarre. Now Hillary Clinton has joined the theorists levying the allegations. In a recent podcast, the Democratic 2016 nominee warned that Russia was grooming Gabbard to be a third-party candidate, as the woman with anti-war beliefs, sometimes idiosyncratic policy positions, and an apparent allergy to parroting all of her party's preferred talking points. That's the thing. She doesn't talk in talking points either. She just talks and talks about her positions. And I don't agree with her positions, but she is sensible, and I would love to go sit and just in a coffee shop and talk to her about things and see where we agree and disagree, because she talks like a human being, not like a politician in sound bites. All right, moving on. Gabbard has wrangled a lot of established Democrats and picked up fans from several factions, including several conservatives. Yeah, but I don't think any of those conservatives would vote for her. You know, she goes on Tucker Carlson a lot. Now, Tucker Carlson doesn't agree with her. The only thing Tucker Carlson agrees with her on are her positions on intervening in the Middle East and war type things. And I'm call me the anti-war right. Okay? I'm on the right, but I'm one of those anti-war people. So I appreciate her anti-war positions. That's where she and I have common ground. Okay? That last part has further fueled rumors that Gabbard's run as a Democrat is just a prelude to an independent or third-party presidential campaign next year, which she's already said she's not going to do. Some figures have been fuming about that very slim possibility. They just as they fumed over the possibility that Representative Justin Amash, Independent Michigan, might do the same. Just as they fume anytime anyone dares challenge the idea that U.S. politics should mean a challenge between one Republican and one Democrat. I I'm not against third party candidates. It's hard to be. It's hard to vote outside of those parties though, because the Republicans and Democrats dominate so much, and I don't know if you could get a good third party candidate out there right now. Maybe. I think you just end up putting any third party candidate hurts one party more than the other. If you get one that can evenly steal from the Republicans and Democrats, they might win. I don't know who that would be and how that would look, what that would look like. The more wacko speculation surrounding Gabbard is that she's linked to Russia. Pfft. Hello, RJ Bandsma. And Sarah. Oh, Sarah, did I say hi to you? I don't know. I think I did. I hope so. And Gulf City Cult of Krill. So lots of new names in here. I am so happy to see some new faces and names. Hey, new people. Make sure you're subscribed and follow me on Twitter. It's all down here somewhere. Or over there. Over there. Okay. As in the 2016 election, there's lots of careless conflation between the idea that she's a Russian plant and the idea that some people in Moscow would like her to do well. Yeah, because she has some different thoughts on Syria. And I'd be happy if we got everyone out of the Middle East and let them deal with their shit themselves. Hillary Clinton combined both theories into one while also roping in Jill Stein for good measure. On a podcast with David Plouffe, Clinton told Plouffe that she thinks the woman currently running in a woman, she was like as if nobody knew who she was talking about. A woman currently running in the Democratic presidential primary is being groomed by Russia to run as the third party candidate. And again, here's the same thing that she said. I'll read it again just for those of you who just got here. Here's what she said to David Plouffe. Quote, I don't have a good Hillary Clinton voice. Anyway, I'm not making any predictions, but I think they've got their eye on somebody who is currently in the Democratic primary and are grooming her to be a third-party candidate. She is the favorite of the Russians. They had a bunch of sites and bots and other ways of supporting her so far. Lest there be any doubt who she meant, a Clinton spokesperson subsequently confirmed that Clinton was talking about Tulsi Gabbard. That was Clinton spokes Nick Merrill. When asked if HRC was referring to Gabbard, said, quote, "If the nesting doll fits." Oh, that's so good. That's so clever. If the nesting doll fits. Those little Russian nesting dolls? Shut the fuck up. Okay. Gabbard responded with a tweet thread accusing Clinton and her allies of running a concerted campaign, accusing them? Let's just say they are. It's no doubt that they are. A concerted campaign to tarnish Gabbard's reputation. After calling Clinton the queen of warmongers, the embodiment of corruption, the personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long, Gabbard thanked Clinton for finally coming out from behind the curtain. Ooh, shots fired. Quote, "From the day I announced my candidacy," this is Gabbard, "from the day I announced my candidacy, there has been a concerted campaign to destroy my reputation. We wondered who was behind it and why. Now we know. It was always you, though your proxies and powerful allies in the corporate media and war machine afraid of the threat I pose. Anyway. It is now clear that this primary is between you and me. Don't cowardly hide behind your proxies. Join the race directly." So that's a call out. That's yes. Oh, by the way, I do have my reparations coffee here. I need to take a sip. That would be definitely what is known as a call out. Come on, bitch. You want some? Come get some. I think Tulsi would kick her ass because Hillary's not kind of wobbly on her feet. Anyway, the New York Post editorial board notes that Clinton's comments follow last week's New York Times story hinting at the same conspiracy. And that's the other thing. Frickin' the New York Times even is pushing this bullshit theory. And it's just it's a little hint campaign. Hello, Renovatio. However you say that. I'm going to say Renovatio. That's what I'm going to call you. Good morning. I'm glad you're here. And I already said good morning to RJ. Okay, good. Anyway, so last week's New York Times story hinting that at the same conspiracy theory, which cited at least 2 former Clinton aides and which Gabbard slammed on stage at last week's debate. Oh yeah, sure. She did. That's the one thing in the debate that I've been hearing about. Anyway, during the Plouffe podcast, Clinton also accused 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein of being a Russian asset. After talking about Russia's alleged new favorite, Clinton added, quote, and assuming that Jill Stein will give it up, which she might not, because she's also a Russian asset. She's a Russian asset, totally. They know they can't win without a third-party candidate. So remember when I was talking a while back about my idea for, because I'm gonna probably do a couple T-shirts because that's kind of the thing to do when you do YouTube channels. So I have my T-shirt that I've thought out, and it's gonna be, for fuck's sake, just a FFS 2020. I think. Would you buy that shirt if I had that one made? I've already have a design for it. Reno's good if it's easier. No, Renovicio, that's fine. I can say it. I'll figure it out. It's just embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. Yes, I did swear. Of course I did. Clinton's not the only prominent politician to insinuate that something is amiss with Gabbard. In July, after Gabbard slammed Senator Kamala Harris for a record as a prosecutor, Harris' communications manager tweeted out the following with a link to an NBC story titled, Russia's Propaganda Machine Discovers 2020 Democratic Candidate Tulsi Gabbard. Quote, reporters writing their stories with eyes on the modern-day assignment desk of Twitter read this. The Russian propaganda machine that tried to influence the 2016 election is now promoting the presidential aspirations of a controversial Hawaii Democrat. Now, what? Oh, and then Evan McMullin. Oh, my God. Remember, y'all know who Evan McMullin is? He's that former Republican D-bag. Who, you know what? At first, he sounded really sensible. And because remember me, Marty, AK P-Dog Knight? I was one of those. Remember, I was never Trump, never Hillary. I wasn't going to vote for either, and I didn't. Okay, I voted for the meteor. I wanted the sweet meteor of death, literally. But I thought about voting for Evan McMullin, but then I realized that he is just as off the deep end as everybody else about this Russia crap and about the Hillary. He's Trump derangement syndrome on steroids, extra testosterone, and a couple energy drinks. Okay, he is Trump derangement syndrome, and so now every time I still follow him on Twitter, and every time he tweets, I laugh. Evan McMullin, who briefly ran as an independent candidate in 2016, tweeted on Friday, quote, I believe it's true. Tulsi Gabbard is with the Russians, and the Russians are with Tulsi Gabbard. She confirms it every time she opens her mouth. I don't. Oh my God! Remember who remember who they're talking about. A sitting member of the United States House of Representatives. A sitting member of the House of Representatives. I believe it's true. Tulsi Gabbard is with the Russians. And the Russians are with Tulsi Gabbard. Oh my God. It's insane. It's insane. That's just it. You know what? If you're not with us, if you don't toe the line, you're a Russian asset. You're with the Russians. Holy shit. It's unbelievable. On Sunday, Center for American Progress President Neera Tanden, oh, she's a piece of work too, said she didn't understand, quote, why major media outlets aren't more concerned about Russian bot support of Tulsi than the Hillary statement. Aren't more concerned about Russian bot support of Tulsi than Hillary statement. Give me some examples, Neera, please. If you're just gonna throw shit on the wall to see if it doesn't slide down, because you don't. We know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer and your roses really smell like poo. Roses really smell like poo. Jesus. Asked by NBC about the idea that Russian bots were backing her campaign, Gabbard said, I don't control them. I don't control what anyone else says or does. John Stossel. Hillary Clinton attacked Tulsi Gabbard today, saying that Russians are grooming her to be the third-party candidate. Politicians disgust me, and more so when they are so eager to shed another children's blood. Here's my interview with Gabbard. Does she seem like a Russian plant? We should. Maybe we'll go over. Maybe I'll have to watch Stossel's interview. So, anyway, holy, but Jesus, people, I can't believe this. It's. Are we going to start having hearings in Congress? About Russian infiltration into the United States government, and maybe we'll do some blacklists. Although it's funny that it's that side doing it. It was fucked up when the Republicans do it. Now the Democrats should be most sensitive to this kind of bullshit. Okay, and it's all because. Hillary Clinton lost. All because Hillary Clinton couldn't find time to campaign in Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, probably. If she'd just made an effort, nope, we got it in the bag. With 97% or 99% sure that we're going to win the election. We don't need to fucking do that bullshit. Meanwhile, in this election cycle, Trump's going into some deep blue areas. And, he was in Minneapolis recently, and I think he's going to do a rally out in California. Why if you'd even do a rally in California, I have no idea. There's a little more. Here's a couple more. I'm going to do one more Tulsi, and I got a Jill Stein, and then we're going to move on to something else. This is my rant for the day, though. I'm just dumbfounded by this nonsense. Tulsi Gabbard declares war on Hillary Clinton and Democratic Party establishment. I think here's maybe the one thing that I think conservatives and because there are a lot of people on the right who like Tulsi Gabbard, but I don't believe would vote for Tulsi Gabbard. But I do think they like the fact that she is not establishment. And that's there, like a lot of people who liked Trump or still like Trump because he's not you're just normal politicians. He's not establishment. Tulsi Gabbard's not establishment. And unfortunately, Bernie Sanders, who used to be that non-establishment person on the left, just proved that if once the establishment grabs him by the nuts, he's going to play ball. And he played ball by endorsing Hillary Clinton. And I think that's his downfall now. I think that's a reason why a lot of the Bernie bros aren't Bernie bros anymore. Okay? I think they are saying, you know what? We put our faith in you, and then you went and endorsed Hillary Clinton, and we're like, fool me once. Maybe we'll just go to Elizabeth Warren, who's a little more establishment, but at least she's talking the same bullshit you are, so we're going to vote for her. Although obviously Bernie has a very dedicated following and whatnot, but God forbid if he ever becomes president. No, it's not even so much if he becomes president, because, none of these candidates can do anything without Congress and the Senate. I don't think Bernie has coattails whatsoever. But it's still just the idea that, oh, we're going to pay for everything. We're going to pay for your school. We're going to pay off your student loans. We're going to pay for your health care. We're going to pay for, make sure we're going to buy you a house and this and that. It's like, people, please, please, please do not do this to us. That the school thing is the one that really gets me. That you're gonna pay for look. I'm all for helping people who can't afford. I find ways to give grants and blah 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 for people who want to climb that economic ladder, have the smarts to do so, and we need to find a way to make sure that if someone wants to go to school, they can. If it's not economically feasible to do so. And part of it's through student loan programs, but we also need to do it through other means. But just saying that we're going to make college free, here's my question for that free college. I know this is an aside and it's going off topic, but whatever. For those of you who aren't here a lot, I go on rants on other topics occasionally, and the more I get used to doing this, because I notice I don't say as much. I try to stop. I've been working on that. It's really weird. I go back and watch my streams, and but I'm on a rant now, so it ain't coming. What was my point? Free college. Okay. Let me ask you a question about that whole free college thing. Does what schools, when you say that we're gonna give free college, what schools does that include? What's when you say we're gonna make college free? Okay, what schools? All of them? We're gonna, University of Nebraska, Chadron State Community College, Lindsay College down in Florida, Harvard, University of Chicago. Are they all going to be free? How are you going to do that? And how are you going to decide which schools all these students who are going to go to college for free are going to go to? Community, yeah, good question. Community colleges, all. How about Rasmussen Business College, that private college? Is that one going to be free? And who's paying for that? How is it going to be free? Are the small private schools like what's that school in South Carolina that my son's team played in the NCAA tournament? I can't remember this, but or I'll just take colleges around me because I know the ones. Is McAllister College in St. Paul? Nice little school that costs about $50,000 a year to go to. Is that school going to be free? And so you're going to pay off everyone's student loans? So you're going to pay off student loans from every school in the country? How are you going to do that? Just out of curiosity, because the government doesn't own those loans. So that means you say you're going to forgive the loans with a private company called Sallie Mae, which you kind of forced everyone to go all of their loans through. That private company, remember the private company that sent 100 people to Hawaii for their bonus thing, whatever? So you're going to imagine this. Okay, so let's say all the banks in the country who give car loans, all of a sudden the United States government says, you know what, we're going to forgive those loans. Didn't they already give that money out? So are you going to just destroy that company by saying, nope, they don't have to pay that loan back? What about the student loans that before the government took over the loans? Because there's some people who have student loans that they're paying off from before the time the government took over the loans. Are you going to forgive all those student loans too? Because you didn't give those. In fact, the government didn't give any of these loans. Y'all better have I hope your plan is detailed, because somebody besides me are going to ask those questions. Yeah, college is going to be free. Is it only going to be state colleges? Because the government doesn't own the state colleges, right? In fact, the United States government doesn't own a single university in the United States. And you're talking about making colleges free. But the private schools? Is Duke going to be free? Is Georgetown going to be free? Is Stanford a state school or Stanford a private? I can't remember. I know Berkeley's a state school. You know, they tried this whole free school thing in California. You notice that they don't have free school in California anymore. At the state school, it's not free anymore. I have 3 nephews at UCLA. I know for a fact that my sister and my brother-in-law are paying huge dollars for have three students at UCLA. It's not free anymore. It used to be. There's a time when they tried to make it free. They learned real quick that shit don't work. What schools are going to be free? That's, in fact, if you are so lucky, and I have a very small audience, but if you are so lucky to get into front of a presidential candidate, ask him that question, because no one in the media is asking that question. Which schools are going to be free? Good question. All right, back to that was my aside for the day, and I'm almost time for Twitter trends. We might only be talking about Russia today. So back to this. I'll start over. Representative Tulsi Gabbard, Hawaii, is taking the fight to Hillary Clinton and the Democratic Party establishment after a spat Friday in which the party's 2016 presidential nominee claimed Gabbard was a Russian puppet. In a video released Sunday on Twitter, Gabbard talks about the origins of her long simmering feud with the Democratic leaders, dating back to her support for the insurgent campaign of Bernie Sanders for 2016. Yeah, that's what I said. She backed Bernie and got the hell out of the DNC. Man. Gabbard resigned from her post from within the Democratic National Committee in the protest at the way then Chair Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz was treating Sanders. Her concerns were later vindicated by WikiLeaks, which released emails showing that party leaders had conspired to help Hillary Clinton secure the nomination, and forcing Schultz to resign. In Sunday's video, Gabbard recalls, people warned me in 2000. Well, let's just watch the video. I'm not going to even, I don't want to hear about it. Let's just watch Tulsi Gabbard's video.
People warned me in 2016 that my endorsement of Bernie Sanders would be the end of my quote-unquote political career. They said Clinton will never forget that she and her rich and powerful friends, her allies in politics and in the media, will make sure that you are destroyed. Well, there have been countless hit pieces full of smears against me from day one of this campaign. They've tried to destroy my reputation and my lifetime of service because I stood up to them. I've spent over 16 years of my life proudly serving in the Army National Guard. I still serve as a major today. I volunteered to deploy to the Middle East twice. I've served in Congress now for nearly 7 years, serving on the Foreign Affairs Committee, the Armed Services Committee, the Homeland Security Committee, and I am not afraid to openly express my love for our country. But if they can falsely portray me as a traitor, then they can do it to anyone.
And they have, over and over and over, and without consequences. There's gonna, I'm gonna watch the rest of this in a second. But you know what? I think there's gonna be some consequences coming up. At least for some of the people who started this whole Russia plot thing. But that's a whole other story. We'll keep going here.
And in fact, that's exactly the message that they want to get across to you. That if you stand up against Hillary and the party power brokers, if you stand up to the rich and powerful elite and the war machine, they will destroy you and discredit your message. But here is the truth. They will not intimidate us. They will not silence us. We are not here just to protest their corruption. I am running for president to take the Democratic Party and our country back from the corrupt elite. I'm running for president to bring about a new Democratic Party and new leadership that will fight for peace, fight for the people, and protect our planet. So I want to ask every single one of you to join me in speaking truth to power. Don't be afraid. Let's root out the corruption in our party and our country. Join me to end the war machine's stranglehold over our leaders and ensure that our government is truly of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Now, let's not get this twisted real quick here. Now, I like how she talks. I like how she, she professes love for the country and she's served in everything that she does. And that's why there are people on the right who like her, okay? As far as, as just an American who is serving her country. I would not vote for her to save my life. Well, if maybe to save my life if I'm out in the field, but you know what I'm saying. I would not vote for her because I don't agree with the policy position she takes. But I'll have a conversation with her every day because I know that we're going to have a very thoughtful conversation. We're going to have well-reasoned, thought-out disagreements, etc. Okay? But her other policies beyond foreign policy are ones that I don't agree with. But if I'm going to have a Democrat in the White House, I'd almost, if I'm forced to have a Democrat, it would probably be her. Okay? So there you go. Good morning, Maniac Man. I see you're here. I just noticed you got in a little bit ago. I haven't said hi yet. So, Gabbard then refers to the countless hit pieces against her in the mainstream media, the most recent of which was an October 11th article in the New York Times, of all places, painting Gabbard as a right-wing extremist. Now, that's hilarious. That is unbelievable. If she, literally, other than, foreign policy-wise, she's as Bernie Sanders is. But a lot of people, I haven't figured out why there's so many people on the progressive left that hate her too. And I don't know if it's because, and then also establishment type people who are Hillary fans hate Gabbard because Hillary hates Gabbard. I see it all over Twitter. But even some of my, some of my progressive friends are just so down on Tulsi Gabbard, and I haven't figured it out. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, the New York Times article painting Gabbard as a right-wing extremist. Hilarious. The Times hosted the fourth primary debate just 3 days later, and the article, which lacked any evidence, was seen by some as an effort to marginalize Gabbard after she attacked Senator Kamala Harris effectively in the second debate. Oh, I've never been fond of the term bitch slap, but whoo, she bitch slapped Kamala Harris. Anyway, citing her 16 years of military service in the U.S. Army National Guard and her congressional service on national security committees, Gabbard rebukes Clinton and others for falsely portraying her as a traitor. Anyway, so you get the idea. They just go through the video. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. But let's go to Jill Stein now, because Jill Stein isn't happy with Hillary Clinton either after that little, her little, what do you call it? Little diarrhea of the mouth, so to speak, where she just laid it all on the floor. Oh, there's my thing. It's almost time for Twitter. Jill Stein slams Clinton for attacking her, Gabbard. You just can't slander people. It is slander. It is absolutely slander. Should we just watch this? How long is this? 2 minutes, 24 seconds. Well, yeah, let's see if we get, let's see if it comes up even. Let's see if it plays.
Former Green Party presidential candidate Dr. Jill Stein. Dr. Stein, I went to Merriam-Webster, looked up asset just to be sure. Here's what it says. Something useful in an effort to foil or defeat an enemy, such as a piece of military equipment or a spy. Are you a Russian spy?
No, I am not a Russian spy.
Oh, by the way, here's another person that I would never vote for in my lifetime. And yet she is, I have empathy for her being accused of something she is not. Yeah, Yeah, maybe it's maybe it's because that people like me have been accused of being racist. Okay. So one of my favorite things on Twitter is, I am what's the word? Ambiguously, just from my picture, my races can be a little bit ambiguous because I'm fairly light skinned, and if you don't look at my picture very closely, you'd probably realize that I'm an African American. I'm an American of African descent. Okay. And every once in a while, I get accused of being a racist, and I've read Nazi, and it's like, really, how can a brother be a Nazi? How can a brother be a racist? I thought black people couldn't be racist. And some people go, well, you're not black. Really? Really? You want to see a picture of my father, my natural father? And I grew up in an American, what do they call it? ADOS, American Descendant of Slaves family. My family I grew up with is all black. My father is from Nigeria. But I digress. Let's watch this.
I think this is a completely...
I am a Russian racist, Richo. Damn right. I'm a Russian racist, Nazi, alt-right, whatever else, the other words they throw out there that have zero meaning because they don't even have definitions of them. Fascist. Oh, and fascist. I am definitely a fascist, okay? You can clip that for all I care, motherfuckers. All right.
unhinged conspiracy theory for which there is absolutely no basis in fact, not for myself and not for Tulsi Gabbard. I think it's really outrageous that Hillary Clinton is trying to promote this crazy idea. You know, you can't just slander people. You have to present some basis in fact.
And they've presented none. Just like they have, you know, but it's innuendo. It's, you know what? They accuse you, particularly the Clinton campaign and Hillary Clinton. It's funny how they just kind of accuse you of the things that, kind of things that you kind of did yourself. You know, they kind of accuse you because you know, before the 2016 elections, the Clinton campaign was thinking, you know what are our greatest vulnerabilities? Okay. And, you know, one of the ones the Clinton campaign had was the fact that while Clinton was Secretary of State, they had some couple different things that kind of went weird with the Russians, right? One was that stupid reset button thing, which they looked like frickin' idiots for doing. And then when Obama was caught on a hot mic telling the president or someone, the Russian foreign minister, he was telling them, well, you know, we'll have much more flexibility after the election to do what things we want to do, but we're not going to talk about them now, but after the election, after the election, when we don't have to be accountable for it because it's their second term, we'll talk to Vladimir. And then also the fact that they sold 20 or 30% of United States uranium processing rights to the Russians. Okay. And they approved that deal. Now it's funny because they approved that deal and then suddenly just a couple years later, Russia's supposed to be our mortal enemy, our greatest, which of course Mitt Romney told Obama, you know, who's your greatest geopolitical foe? And Romney said the Russians back in that debate way back then before that second term debate. And Obama's like, oh, the 80s called and they want our foreign policy back. Yes. Okay. You know, so they knew that was one of their biggest liabilities, the Clinton campaign and Hillary Clinton. So they're like, okay, well, let's see, how can we make this, what can we do about that? And oh, well, I got an idea. Let's say that Trump has a special relationship with the Russians, and let's figure out how we can put that all on him, so nobody is really paying attention to what we did with the Russians. So you know, it's again, they project what their biggest weakness is onto you. Isn't that kind of the Art of War, Feng Shui or Jiu Qin or whatever, the Art of War. Who wrote that? So put that in the chat. I know what it's called. I know it's not Feng Shui. So they just basically, you are rubber, I am glue. What sticks to me will bounce off me and stick to you. they got ahead of that, right? I'm really going to. All right, let's listen to the rest of Jill Stein, then we'll get into Twitter trends.
Tulsi has said that she is dedicated to running as a Democrat, and she has been for her whole life. So that's pretty believable.
Thank you, Lindsay.
I am not running
Hi,
for
Lindsay.
office. Somehow Hillary Clinton didn't do her Google research, or she would know that I am not running. So it's preposterous to say if I will give it up. This is just it's a wild and insulting theory, and I think it speaks to Hillary's need to try to explain, perhaps to herself, why her campaign was not successful.
Why? No, Jill. Oh, come on, Jill. Not successful. It's okay to use the word failed. Okay? Failed. It rolls right off the tongue. Failed.
Really wanted change and unfortunately believed Donald Trump's lies that he was going to bring change. We need a voting system, in which...
No. Now she's going off into the deep end, okay? Because Donald Trump has changed some things, okay? And you may not like the change that Donald Trump has brought, and that's fine. I won't even argue with you, even though I disagree with you. Yes, Donald Trump has brought some very serious changes, and also Donald Trump has done something that, even though I didn't vote for him, I'm like, I'm fairly... Sometimes politicians will say shit when they're campaigning, and then they kind of back down once they get into office. That's something Trump hasn't done. Whether you like what he's doing or not, he is trying to do exactly what he said he would do when he campaigned. He's very specific. That's the wall, the immigration stuff, the stuff with tax, everything he says he's done, wanted to do, whether you agree with it or not, whether you think it's good or not. Has he backed down on any of those promises? Not once, okay? Because, of course, it's not his style to pretend he had made a mistake anyway. But you know what I'm saying? He's doing what he said. Now, you may not like it, but he's doing what he said.
People can actually vote for what they want. And if people are concerned that...
And we're not changing the voting system. It ain't happening. You got to get 3/4 of this country to say, that electoral college thing that actually gives us some say in how we... get our president, because remember, because she's babbling about the electoral college system. Sorry, the electoral college system works exactly how it's intended. It may seem unfair, but guess what? You still get representation based on your population, and some of your representation is based on this, just each state, and that president is kind of a combination of the two, and it ain't changing. Sorry, it's not. Anyway. And in my opinion, it shouldn't. Okay? No, we do not want just our highly urbanized states. And regardless, I know the one argument, there's rural people in these other states too. Yeah, there are rural people in the other states, but guess what? You can campaign in like 5 cities and win a popular vote. You got to actually be representative of everybody when you're the president. Now, remember, your representatives are by your population, so shut the fuck up. Anyway.
Independent candidates and campaigns are Russian plots. There's a very simple solution. Ranked choice voting.
Yeah, well, we're not doing that. Okay, we're not. No. Okay, enough of her. All right. Anyway. So yeah, the whole Russian thing is insane. If you ask me, if you're not asking me, well, I'm telling you anyway. It's insane. It is nuts. So, all right, it's time. First of all, let me get a couple thank yous. Thank you, G Prime, Truck and Bear, and Geograph, and everyone else who has put stuff. Well, some of you have. For retweeting the stream. I appreciate that. And then also, let's see, Sheograph sent me something here cool. Oh, dude. Here, I'm gonna put this on the screen before we get into Twitter trends. This is something that Sheograph sent me. This would be, let's see here.
Oh shit, we should get inside
I would not want to be there, wherever that is. So,
Oh my God. I'm on my back porch.
yeah, get off your back porch now. How much longer is this? Okay, just another few seconds. That would be a tornado.
Oh, that's a mom.
That's in Dallas? Holy
Where's
shit.
Space? Looks like it's going back up.
Oh, now it's
Ooh,
gone.
I don't like.
That's a trip. Okay, yeah, that was on the left, the one hanging down there was it was a tree, as Sheograth has mentioned there. Damn. Okay, no, hang on. Hold on. Shut up. Also, thank you, Sarah, Ed, for tweeting out the show. Appreciate that. All right, let's get into Twitter trends so I can get out of here. So I'm only a little bit behind schedule today. I'm pretty proud of myself. Usually it does not happen that way. Let's check out the Twitter trends for today. It is Monday, so Monday, I know it's going to be a lot of Monday stuff. And in fact, at the top, number one trending on Twitter this morning is Monday motivation. Ah, yes. And number two is Monday morning. So let's do Monday motivation. Let's see. What's my top Monday? Let's see. Monday motivation. The U.S. attorneys. Oh, the U.S. attorneys have a Twitter account. Monday motivation. U.S. attorneys across the country partnered with all levels of law enforcement, civic organizations, and community leaders to reduce violence in our neighborhoods. The latest FBI crime report confirms that together we've made a dent. Read the report. Oh, that's interesting. I will actually, let me bookmark that because I'm going to read that one later. Always like to see what the trends are in crime, but there has been a probably a 5 or 6 year trend in lessening of crime, and especially during times of economic growth, or where in the economic stability, there tends to be a downward trend in crime, which is great. I mean, that's a good thing. So we might check that one out tomorrow. What else on Monday motivation? Here's your 1970s macho smut books, alignment, grib, try and tag yourself. Okay, I don't know what that means. Let's see. Sometimes all that matters is that you're still trying, and that's your Monday motivation for today. I found that's the one. Monday motivation. Sometimes all that matters is that you're still trying. Good one there. All right, moving on. So we'll skip Monday morning. Bob Dylan is trending. Trending with Freddie Mercury. That's not. Hear Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash sing on the original demo for Wanted Man. Okay, that's not why he's trending. Why is he trending? What's their definition of singer? Because Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, Neil Young, and a few others on this list of singers could not fucking sing. Oh, I see. Rolling Stones magazine list of top 100 singers of all time. Thoughts. Okay, let's see what they got here. They got Aretha Franklin, number one. I say she's up there. Ray Charles, okay. Elvis Presley, he was pretty good. He kind of... Okay, stolen valor, but it's okay. Elvis Presley, he as far as popularity, he's definitely in the top 3. Great singer, he was okay. He relied on words. Sam Cooke, though, I never really realized how fantastic of a singer Sam Cooke was until I went my mother's 90th birthday party. My mother was a huge Sam Cooke fan. I didn't even know that because I didn't know anything about her musical taste growing up other than what was on the radio at the time. And the whole party was Sam Cooke songs. Oh my God, I didn't realize how big his book was. The dude was just a phenomenal singer. I mean, he really was. John Lennon, Marvin Gaye, great singers. Bob Dylan, though, come on, man. Bob Dylan is a great songwriter. Bob Dylan is a terrible singer. He's a great songwriter, and he wrote songs perfect for his voice, but a great singer? Come on. Otis Redding, very good. Stevie Wonder, sure. James Brown, Paul McCartney, Little Richard, Roy Orbison. I'm not a Roy Orbison fan, but that voice was so incredibly smooth. Al Green, absolutely. Robert Plant could sing his ass off. And even though it sounded like he was screaming sometimes, he really could sing his ass off. And some of the subtleties in some of those Led Zeppelin songs, you go, oh wow, that's not easy to do. Mick Jagger, Tina Turner, Tina Turner is a great entertainer, pretty good singer, but I don't know. Freddie Mercury is, whoever just, I saw that Maniac Man, Tina Turner, but Freddie Mercury, I think they sold Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury below Bob Dylan. Is that why Bob Dylan's trending? Because he shouldn't be even in this top 100 as a singer. He's just great, like I said, fantastic songwriter for his voice, but he's not a good singer. Freddie Mercury, Bob Marley, Smokey Robinson, Johnny Cash, Etta James, David Bowie, Van Morrison. I really like Van Morrison. Michael Jackson. Jackie Wilson is amazing too. Just amazing. Janis Joplin is amazing. Hank Williams, if you're into country. Prince just is the versatility. But if you were doing top 100 musicians of the modern era, I'd put him at number 1 by far. Number 17, Tina Turner. I did look at number 17. Oh, 97. Joe Cocker? And they took out cock? Are you kidding me? Why? Oh my God. Is that some politically correct? Why would they take out? Oh my God. Oh my God, Joe Cocker. They took out the why? Who the fuck is Darlene Love? I don't know who that is. Don Henley, Willie Nelson. All right. So you all can find that list, but and yeah, people when you see Bob Dylan trending, and they say it's trending next to Freddie Mercury, I'm like, wait, what? Did Bob Dylan die? No, he's just on this list. But I got a feeling there's a lot of people thinking that maybe Bob. Yeah, there's my favorite. Whenever someone's trending, that's my favorite GIF. He's fine. Bob, in fact, I just went and saw a few weekends ago, I went and saw Bob Dylan's Boytown Home in Hibbing, Minnesota. Bob Dylan lived one block over from where my father-in-law grew up. They grew up in the same hometown in Hibbing, Minnesota, which was fascinating because we went to go see Laura's grandma's house, and literally one block over, there's Bob Dylan's house. There's a plaque on it and everything. So pretty wild. But why? But the idea that he's trending. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Some people really like Bob Dylan singing. No. You're ranking singers, not songwriters, not iconic performers. Exactly. There's my thought. Here it is. Look, I love Bob Dylan, adore 100%, but you're ranking singers here, not songwriters, not iconic performances. There's absolutely no way you justify Bob Dylan being number 7 on this list. And I agree. And I'll tell you that Joe Cocker taking out the cock out of his name. Why don't you like cock? Okay, that's my question. Whoever made this list, what's wrong with cock? Okay, this is his name, Joe Cocker. Okay. Today's Back to the Future Day trending number 4 because today is October 21st, 2019. Now, granted, he went back to went ahead to October 21st, 2015, and I don't see a hoverboard in the neighborhood or at any of the skate parks. So I'm just curious, what the hell's going on? Why are there no hoverboards? Trending number 5, Monday Thoughts. Term number 6, Monday Mood. I don't care. Pierre Delecto is trending number 7. What the hell? Oh, is this the Romney fake account? They think it's a Romney fake account. Just spoke to Mitt Romney on the phone and asked him about Pierre Delecto. His only response, c'est moi. Updated my story accordingly. So apparently, the newly rebellious senator has become an outspoken dissident of Trump's Republican Party just in time for the president's impeachment trial. But okay, this I'm not going to read this article, but apparently he had a Twitter nom de plume, and what? Oh, I'm like, what? Max, Mr. Dax, I just caught a glimpse of what you wrote there. Marty had sex with his mom and changed his future. Yeah, not this Marty. He's talking about Marty McFly, but it threw me for a loop for a minute, for a second. Then the next thing, no, not P-Dog, but Marty from the movie. Okay, you had me going there. So, Pierre Delecto is apparently Mitt Romney. If you said it's actually, but where they got rid of the, well, no one's, anyway. He had a Twitter, is it a Twitter account or some kind of, yeah. Here he is. Hillary Clinton got her Twitter account and using the name Hillary Clinton said whatever she wanted to, consequences be damned. Yeah, she doesn't say what she wants to. She says very calculated bullshit. Mitt Romney got a Twitter account using the name Pierre Delecto and complained about how people treated Mitt Romney. He's been secretly using a Twitter account apparently intended to monitor political discussions on social media and to defend himself. Ooh, boy. I'll bookmark that one because I want to read that one later too. Holy shit. But enough about Pierre Delecto. What a name though. Pierre Delecto. Oh, he's delicious. Michael Irvin's trending. Uh-oh, what did Michael Irvin do? Oh, Michael Irvin up there sweating like he snorted 2 huge rails and then ran to the studio from his house. Oh, because he was sweating on his camera? So does ESPN not drug test guests prior to being on air? Michael Irvin may have left some cocaine in the green room. Okay. Somebody get Michael Irvin a towel. He is pretty mad about the Eagles' win over the Cowboys. Okay, that's why Michael Irvin. Rolling Stone is trending because of their list of singers, which apparently you can't have cock. Okay. Your husband has Max Del Rio. Your husband has a DeLorean, and it's for sale. Really? Is it running? How is it? Do you? And how much does he want for it? I can't imagine. I see. Here's the thing: if you have a DeLorean that is running, which would have been a trick even when they were new, if you have one that is in good condition. And it's hard because, DeLoreans don't rust. They're made of the bodies of stainless steel. I'd imagine you'd be able to get a pretty good penny for it. I don't know. All right, Lori Harvey is trending, whoever that is. Lori Harvey. Someone said Lori Harvey wrecks homes by day and cars by night. Lori Harvey trying to leave the scene. Everyone's laughing about Lori Harvey. Bitch, Lori Harvey is a mess. How the fuck do you try and flee the scene after a person you hit helps you out of your car? Okay, whoever Lori Harvey is. Oh, here we go. Lori Harvey was texting and driving, hit someone's car, flipped her own car, was rescued out her car by the other driver, then tried to run away. She sounds like a shitty person. Well, I don't know who Lori Harvey is, but damn. Damn. She hit her hit and run she tried to do on foot. Oh, that's Steve Harvey's youngest daughter? Oh, damn. She was arrested for her involvement in a hit and run. See the pics. Oh, she's a nice looking young lady, but damn. Arrest for hit and run. Oh, good God. That's why Lori Harvey's trending. Now, look what is. Okay, I saw this earlier. What is this? So this cop's trying to arrest this girl, and she's trying to. Is this at a strip club? That's not Lori Harvey. I just thought, oh, good boy. Lori Harvey trying to get out of being arrested. Oh, damn. I wonder if officers have to deal with that very often. Pioneers trending. Dr. Bernard Fisher, distinguished professor at Pitt, dies. Native. At age 101. Pioneer in breast cancer research. Okay. Why it doesn't say just Bernard Fisher instead of Pioneer, unless it's okay. Oh, because there's lots of pioneers, but Bernard Fisher is the one that they. Okay, there's lots of reasons a pioneer. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Dr. Bernard Fisher, famous breast cancer researcher. Sean Duffy is trending. CNN hires former GOP congressman and Trump loyalist Sean Duffy. Well, they must be just getting ahead of that Project Veritas curve. And watch, people will be bitching up a storm because they hired one Republican. You might want to look at CNN's staff. See, here you go. Oh, Trump is not... CNN, why would you put Sean Duffy on a daily... Now to spread the lies of the Trump administration, have him talk over everyone, changing the channel every time he's on to lie. What a stupid move. Well, you know what? How many damn Democrats has the whole fuck? That's all they hire. So they hired one Republican. Get over it. Good Lord. Victory Monday. That's NFL football. Chris Cornell. Why is Chris Cornell trending? Oh, Chris Cornell not being anywhere on this list is bullshit. He's top 10 easy. Well, if you like that type of music, sure. But I'm sorry. Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, they're good. They're good singers, but I'm sorry. They're just, it's a Rolling Stone list. So first of all, it's going to be iconic people who are before the 90s for the most part. Although there's probably a few in here. Bobby Blue Bland. Yeah, he's right, current. Mary J. Blige. Yeah, come on. Where'd they put? I didn't notice. Where'd they put Whitney Houston on this list? Where's Whitney Houston? She's pretty far down this list. Am I missing? Did I just miss her, or what is the deal? Seriously? Wait a minute. Where is? Okay, I'm going to go back up here. I would think she'd be in the top 20 at least. Anyone see Whitney Houston on this list? Oh, 34. Ooh, behind Steve Winwood? Behind what? Behind Bob Dylan? Again, Bob Dylan's an iconic performer. If you were saying most iconic performers, she'd be up there with... He'd be top 5. Singer, no. Bob Dylan can't sing. I'm sorry. Bruce Springsteen, iconic performer, great songwriter, perfect for what his voice is, but great singer. He would tell you he's not a great singer. They got Axl Rose on here, but not Chris Cornell. Okay, now I can see if you would have replaced Axl Rose with Chris Cornell. Not that Axl Rose is a terrible singer, but top 100, I don't know. Anyway, so that's why Chris Cornell's trending. Carrie Fisher's trending. Remembering Carrie Fisher on what would have been her 63rd birthday. Basically known for being Princess Leia. I'm not going to even click it. Dallas Tornado. Yeah, thanks Geograth for that footage. The Dallas Tornado. Dallas Tornado leaves 150,000 people without power. Here, let's go here. Without power is, oh God, it just, anyway. Oh, here's another one. Someone else has one of the night shots here. Damn. You see that there? So the ones Geograth gave you, those are both awesome. Okay, so anyway, leaves 150,000 people without power. So hopefully people are okay. It doesn't say anything about a death toll yet. We'll find out later. Beloved Hanbin Day. What the fuck is Hanbin? Happy birthday, Hanbin. Is that a K-pop something? It's something Korean, and I'm clicking away. Sorry. Black Wall Street is trending. The Tulsa Massacre. This came up. A lot of people are talking about this. Let's see. Sad part is that we desire that we desire we can be achieved. It has been done before, from a Black Wall Street to Dunbar High School. The ability to be independent, but it is but a mindset. One would have to conclude black people have lost their minds, or at least they rented it out. The establishment. Okay, so if you're not familiar with, there's a kind of a new group. There's the Hoteps and there's the conscious black conservatives. I'm going to have them on a show sometime soon. I really do want to, because there's kind of a battle going on between conservatives of color, actually black conservatives, just talking about what are the best venues for us to be speaking at, or what should we talk about. There's the conscious black conservatives are not big fans of the what do I want to call it? The Candace Owen types, the Trump sycophant conservatives. Okay, the talking point conservatives. Okay. TPUSA, I know it's Turning Point USA, but I like to call them Talking Point USA, because these are the conscious black conservatives are more about how do black people become more empowered, more independent, be able to run businesses and things like that. They actually are solution minded versus own the libs minded. And so the talking point conservatives, or the Trump sycophants, are just kind of let's see that these use the same talking points as everybody else, versus, what are you doing to make, what are you doing to encourage people to do better for themselves? And so that's, now some of the stuff, for example, Felicia Killings is one of the main people here, of this, they call themselves the CBC. I'm sorry, but anyway, so she's, anyway, I'm not going to go any farther than that, but she's someone I want to talk to on this show, or talk to in person, because I do like what she talks about. There's another dude, Jeff, he calls himself the Conservatarian. Anyway, now I'm not sure why Black Wall Street is trending. Somebody talked about it somewhere. The first the first 10 minutes of Watchmen HBO is a flashback to the Tulsa Race Riots Massacre. Hard to watch knowing this actually happened in 1921, less than 100 years ago. One of the main reasons I'm so pro Black Atlanta, the city is closest thing to Black Wall Street since. If you're not familiar, there was an area near Tulsa, Oklahoma, mostly black owned businesses, and it was super, super successful. And they were generating a lot of wealth in that part of Tulsa. And there were some race wars down there where that part of the city got burned down. And so it's trending on Twitter, probably because of that show, whatever, Watchmen, which I haven't watched yet. So seems like I've subscribed to HBO because Watchmen HBO seems amazing. So lots of black folks talking about this. And it's Black Wall Street had 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, 2 movie theaters, 6 private planes, plus hospital, bank, schools, libraries, law offices, and bus systems. This hardworking community was bombed and burned to the ground by white mobs, and that's just part of black history. So if you're not familiar with that, learn about that. There's movies about it. I can't remember the main movie about it, but it's a part of our history. And but again, it's also, see, I want it to be used, if people are going to use that as, what I would prefer using it as what are the possibilities of people, and not just black people, but just people. What is the potential of people, and what could they do when they're allowed to do it, and when they're encouraged to do it, and when they're told that you can do it. So that's kind of what the conscious black conservative movement is about too. They are conservatives, and a lot of them support Trump. A lot of them don't. A lot of them just say, they're not. They don't support Democrats either. They support conservative principles. And you'd be surprised at how many people in the black community are actually, other than who they choose for political things, are actually conservative in the way they live their lives. Okay. And then, we're not just all single mothers and yada, yada. So, we're not the stereotypes. We're not all I'm not the stereotype. Do I look at that? Am I? Anyway, whatever. All right, moving on. Running away with Texas, the last thing trending, which I have no idea what the hell this means. I was bored, so I decided to experiment by, BTS. I'm running away from that because that has to do with K-pop. All right, that's the end of the show, people. I got to go. Hey, before you go, though, while you're thinking about it, please make sure before you on your way out, hit that like button, which is down there. It's down there somewhere. I don't know. Hit the like button before you go. And also, consider doing a super chat next time you're here, or making a donation if you'd like. That's up to you. If you don't, not necessary. Also, be sure if you are watching this in the afterwards and not live, hit the share button. Or even if you're just watching live, hit the share arrow. That's what I need. I need people to share this and make sure that we're getting plenty of people coming back and enjoying the show. So, what else do I got? I have nothing. I got nothing. It's time to go. So, I will remind you that I am P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. Hey, this is P-Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.